What's up, YouTube? It's Random Tuesday Thoughts. Here we are, it's Tuesday, driving home from work, and got some random things to talk about today, just like we do every Tuesday. Gonna start early by saying go ahead and hit the like button and subscribe, if you will. If you enjoy this content, I try to put up content like 5 days a week, and it's mostly yo-yo related for the most part. Sometimes I put up other stuff, but it's mostly yo-yo related, and we try to stick with that. So, Random Tuesday Thoughts, let's talk about it. First and foremost, Beast of the East coming up at the end of this month over in the Philly, South Jersey area. Going to be headed out there to hang out with Joey from Two Sick Yoyos, Two Sick Joey, Joey Serrano, and Tyler Severance, and Ryan over at Tiki Board Games. Basically just going to be hanging out with all those guys, and they're always good to us here when we have yo-yo contests over on this side of Pennsylvania or around Ohio. They come out, so I figured I'd go and hang out with them because I really like those guys, and it'll be good to see them. It's been a few months, and I'm really excited about it. So if you're going to go to Beast of the East, let me know down in the comments. Come hang out. I'll be around, and it should be a good time. I'm excited for it. I'm hoping to show up Saturday afternoon, evening. I might even pop into Geek Fest because that seems like it might be up my alley. But we'll see. I haven't really hashed it all out yet. I'm going to figure it out. But that's first and foremost on my mind. Number two thing is two really cool yo-yos dropped over the weekend and yesterday. The best yo-yo of the year, the Two Sick Decoy, dropped at the Unspoken site, and I know there's going to be some dropping at the Two Sick site this week as well. You guys are definitely going to want to pick that up. It's literally the best yo-yo of the year. I kid you not. It's like 90 bucks for the solid colors. I don't know what the splashes with the gold, I don't know what those are going to cost, but as soon as I figure out what what stainless steel color I want, I'm gonna get another one too, because I have a one with a bronze ring, and or a brass ring rather, and I want to get one with stainless steel ring as well, because it's the best yo-yo of the year. I love it. I love mine, and love Two Sick, love Unspoken. You guys are gonna want to pick those up. They'll be dropping over the next couple of weeks, and they have been dropping, so make sure you get those. The other cool one that dropped is the Hot Diggity from Magic Yo-Yo, my good buddy Dylan Kowalski's signature yo-yo. It looks like the black sold out everywhere, but I'm glad I got a black early, so that actually might be at my house when I get home, which will be really exciting. I'm very excited about that, and you'll see an unboxing video of that because it's coming from Return Top Shop along with a couple other things, so that might be cool. Hopefully that's at home. I'll be excited for that. But those yo-yos dropped. The Hot Diggity is 30 bucks. It's a budget metal, but it's designed like an American designed it, like a high-end yo-yo design from an American designer would be, more or less. So very cool in that regard, because usually the yo-yos in that $30 price range are usually a little heavy, kind of not exactly, you know, up to, in my opinion, not necessarily up to snuff with what, like, a lot of like the yo-yo factories and stuff are putting out. They're usually pretty good. They're decent yo-yos, but it seems like the Asian players and the Chinese players prefer a little different yo-yos, a little heavier usually. Hot Diggity is not that way. It's very modern feeling, very American designed feeling, and I really liked it. Really stoked for Dylan, and 30 bucks. Can't go wrong with that, right? Great. Fantastic. Phenomenal. Pick those up. So, other thing I wanted to talk about today is, it's sort of a misconception that I've tried every single yo-yo that's ever come out. I've tried a lot of them, and that's very true, and I do my absolute best to try as many yo-yos as I can get my hands on and try to review them for you guys if I get the opportunity to, or if it's something that, you know, I have the ability to. If I can get my hands on it, I will try to review it, especially if it's new. If it's been out for a while, it's hard with all the new yo-yos coming out to like go back to review a yo-yo that's over a year old, unless it's being reissued or it's something of significance or something like that. But brand new yo-yos particularly, I try to get a hold of and get my hands on as many as I can. But I get a lot of questions about, hey, what do you think of this yo-yo? And it's often a yo-yo that I've never tried. Now, there's a ton of yo-yos. Like, there was probably 10 that came out this week. You know, I maybe got 2 or 3, if that many. So, it's still, you know, I try to touch as many as I can, and I touch a lot, but at the same time, I can't, it's pretty much impossible to touch all the yo-yos. And so I get a lot of questions, like, hey, what do you think of this yo-yo? What do you think of that yo-yo? And pretty much my answer is, if I haven't reviewed it, I haven't played it. Or if I have it and you've seen a picture of it on Instagram or something, but I haven't put up the review yet, you're gonna have to wait for the review. I'm either still developing opinions on it, trying to figure out what to compare it to, or just filming and editing. So I would prefer, rather than just be asked up front, hey, what do you think of this yo-yo? Check and see if I have a review. If I have a review, watch the review. I'll tell you what I think about it in the review. You guys know that I'm not shy about anything like that. But if you ask me directly, I usually can't help you so much. Like, I try, I do my best, but again, it's all my opinion. So for just me to say, oh yeah, I like it, doesn't mean necessarily that you'll like it or that it'll be good for you. A lot of times guys ask me questions too about things I don't have the best expertise on. A lot of times I get questions like, oh, is this yo-yo any good for finger spins? And I'm like, look at the cup. And it's like, it's fine, but can you lock them in? And then I get like really like detailed, like, I want to be able to do this one thing specifically. And I'm like, it's usually one of the things that I don't do, like horizontal play. It's like, I really want to be able to do horizontal play with this yo-yo specifically. And I'm like, I don't do that. And oftentimes they ask me about it, like with like the overture or something. You think the overture is really good for horizontal play? I'm like, 1, I don't really do horizontal play, and 2, probably not, just because like it doesn't seem like the best shape for horizontal play. You know what I mean? Most of the guys who are horizontal players, you usually see them playing like V's or you know, big wide W shapes or something like that. Guys that do a lot of horizontal, that's usually the shape of yo-yo that they're doing horizontal with. Think of Gentry Stein with the shutter. Think of Evan Nagao with the edge. You know, think of Nate Daly with the ND and the ND Ultra. They're generally sort of those wider, you know, shapes with sort of the skinny middles, at least, to sort of facilitate the string not being in that gap. So, you know, a lot of times people just ask me questions, and I'm happy to help and happy to answer questions, but I get a lot of questions, I get a lot of messages, especially through Facebook, which used to be easier, but, like, I feel like the Facebook messaging app through, like, through the Throws and Brews site, or through the Throws and Brews page, is spotty at best. Like, sometimes I'll get the message, sometimes I won't get the message. So people will be like, oh, I'm sorry I made you mad. I'm like, what? I'm not mad. Like, I'm not annoyed. I just didn't get the message because this app sucks. So I didn't get it. I'm sorry. And it's a lot better on, like, desktop, but it really sucks on mobile. And more often than not, I'm not usually on Facebook if I'm on a computer. I know it's weird to say, but I'm usually either editing a video, playing video games, or uploading YouTube stuff. And I'm not so much on Facebook on a computer. So, you know, those are the sort of things that, like, I guess come up a lot with just having a YouTube page and being a YouTube guy. I get a lot of, like, messages and stuff, and I'm not trying to ignore people, it's just that, and I prefer that everything go through the Facebook page, like the Throws and Brews Facebook page. I've kind of stopped accepting friend requests of people who if I don't know you personally, if I've never met you personally, I've kind of stopped accepting friend requests. It's not anything personal. I'm sure you guys are all lovely people, but I honestly, on my personal page, don't post a lot of yo-yo stuff so much. It's mostly like stuff with my kids, stuff with my house, personal stuff with my, like, you know, friends and family, and sometimes yo-yo things will trickle on there. But for the most part, all the yo-yo stuff I do is either on the Throws and Brews page or in the yo-yo, you know, like the BST or anything like that. So, you know, I guess those are my kind of things. Like, if you message me or ask me personally or ask me directly through the Facebook page and I don't get back to you, it's not that I'm mad at you or anything. The app sucks. I'm sorry. It's not a good app. and it needs to be better, and that's usually how I'm on it. So I'm doing my best. I will probably eventually get back to you, but it may be a few days. The other thing, but if you email me, the email's always in the links of the videos. I will always get back to you via email. The other things is, of course, if you ask me about Yoyos, if I haven't reviewed it, I probably haven't touched it or formulated an opinion on it. So check to see if I've reviewed it first. If you have a question, of course, about a review or one Yoyo versus another that I've reviewed both of course, feel free to ask. I'm happy to share my opinion. Just because I share my opinion, though, doesn't necessarily mean that you'll share the same opinion, but I'll at least tell you what I think. But I think that's going to do it for me today, guys. Thanks so much for watching. Please make sure you like and subscribe. Cheers to you. I'll see you next time.